Hello there, Sagittarius. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Sagittarius for August of 2017. I can't believe this is the 8th month of the year. It's just like flying by, isn't it? Well, Sagittarius, I have a couple announcements to make before I start your reading, and the first one is I've developed a prayer class for y'all. If you want to be involved in it, it's going to be a basic prayer class on manifestation, prayers to elevate vibration, prayers that'll help you if you're developing your mediumship type work. I was hoping that for a lot of us that are just going into this kind of work, it would help you to get more clear, concise answers or to manifest what it is you want. I believe a lot of us have to develop these skills right now. And for all of us that have been doing this for years and years, like me, 28 years, it's something to bring us back to the beginning. Because I believe that we're going to have to show a lot of people, in the times to come, how to get started. And if we can take ourselves back, all the way back where we started, it's easier to get that message across to other people because we know where they're coming from. A lot of times people need a little bit of push or a step by step. And even if we're not going to use it for this kind of work, I really truly believe in my heart that we are going to need to develop our clairsenses, period, in these coming times. So it should be available in about a month to 6 weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take to get it up and posted on the website, but it'll be during that time sometime, and I'll give you a quick announcement. The other thing is Spirit gave me a message about these eclipses. They gave it to me a few days back, about the 15th of July, and they told me that this message is for all of us. So I wrote everything down that they told me and made me feel, and I'm going to give it to you guys too because they seem to think it was extremely important. Well, the eclipses I'm talking about are the ones for this month. August 7th is a full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, and it's at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which to me 111 is really good. That's the pillars, like the portal for walking through into spirit, and I always see that other one as the light shining our way, leading us forward. I really think it's all starting like now. This is the around the 20th of July, I think. I don't even know days anymore, but it's all, I believe it's starting now. I am not an astrologer. This message was about what's coming like over the next little while. The other eclipse is August 21st. That's a new moon solar eclipse, a full solar eclipse in Leo, and it's at 1:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this is what they said. They gave me a very strong feeling that we all should really pay attention to our finances and to be really extra careful in situations where someone else could have control of your money, like retirement funds, any accounts where someone else is handling your funds. Now, when I sat down and reread what they were telling me, I thought, what kept flashing was maybe sometimes we have another person on our bank account because we don't have a spouse or someone, a lot of us have to do things like that. Or as I thought about it, I thought investment funds, where we're handing our money over to a broker or something. But then the further I thought everybody, we all have our money in a bank or credit union or something like that. I think what they're talking about is mistakes can be made, and that maybe investments, things could get invested unwisely. It felt like that. It was real strong. Now, this eclipse is going to cross the U.S. and no other nation, but I do believe, because I tried to research it, the UK is going to be affected in some manner too. So it's really going to hit the U.S., and I'm here in the U.S. I believe and feel this is going to affect people's emotions in an extreme way, and a lot of us will or can feel discombobulated. They actually gave me that word. I was like, wow, disordered in some manner. Have you ever felt angry for no discernible reason or no justifiable reason? Or maybe your anger is justified and you surprised even yourself with how strongly you reacted? That was the feeling they were impressing on me. They wanted us to understand that feeling, so I'm believing it's going to touch all of us in some way. They said it's a wonderful time for dynamic change, even with this undercurrent. Was given the feeling the best thing we can all do is understand the words we speak, and the thoughts we hold in our minds carry a great deal of weight at this time. So remember, when you're communicating, how powerful it'll be and how much strength these words will carry. So choose them carefully, and our impact will be great and for the good of all. They ask us all to take a deep breath and a pause before we speak, that we may always use our words in a peaceful manner. I think that's good advice anytime, but those are the words they told me to give us. Well, Sagittarius, now that I've talked your ear out, I've laid 4 cards for the month, and I'm going to use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view. We'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading, hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I'm an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you during the reading, so now me and everybody else is Sagittarius is out there for the time of this reading. These cards I don't believe will go week by week. I believe they'll blend in and out throughout the month, kind of like a running theme for us, because I don't think it works the week by week for me. And the other thing is, I would advise you look at your moon and your rising sign to get a bigger perspective too. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for us, and it's going to be in our 9th house, and that's dealings with in-laws, distant relations, travel, higher studies, faith, the clergy, stuff like that, future plans and aims. And what did I say? Dealing with in-laws. And it said grandchildren. It's grandchildren too in there. It was like law and things like that too. Anyhow, I go watch Veroush, Veroosh. She does astrology with the cards, and she simplifies the astrology, and I'm actually can understand it. I'm getting a little better at understanding. Never thought that would happen, Sagittarius. We have some words here before we start. Flexibility, power, relaxation. I like that one for us. Courage and harmony. I got a feeling we're going to need that flexibility and courage, because our bottom card on the deck here is the 7 of Swords. So, Sagittarius. Some people call this card the card of the thief. This dude supposedly is walking in the camp in broad daylight, steals 5 swords. Everybody knows he took them, because it's like the elephant in the middle of the living room card. But what this card means to me, Frankie, personally, is using your discretion, using your discernment, using your diplomacy. To me, it's a card which we are Sagittarius. We're very blunt. We're outspoken. We say what we think. It usually comes out of our mouth before we can quite think it through. So remember that deep breath thing. This is the card of, I always tell you, going in the back door so I can always go out the front door. It's a card of taking evasive maneuvers or evasive tactics, and or not speaking everything that's on our mind, like mulling it over. I know we don't like sidestepping things. We like straightforward, in your face. They're saying, Don't use straightforward in your face right now throughout this month. They're telling us to be flexible. Our word there, have courage. We're moving through it. Use to the best of our ability, our diplomacy, our detachment, our discretion. Put the duct tape in our mouth. Continue to do what we are doing, but we're not going to be that open Sagittarius this month where we just spit out everything that we're doing to everybody. Go in the back door, zip your lip, use diplomacy. I know, Sagittarius. I had one of you write me, like, diplomacy, really? Like, that's gonna work? Nah, it usually doesn't, but this is required. For this time period, it's required. If we take these steps and if we act in this manner, once we are finished doing or the new project or however this is coming, if it's in a relationship maybe, we have to go around a little bit because, to get the things that we want, the end result is we are going to get that. We are going to get that harmony. We're going to put the power back in our own hands, and we are going to be able to be open and honest. So if this card is coming on the heels of maybe a new project, I think I'd want to listen way more than I spoke this time around. I think I would want to plan my things in advance. I'd want to know what step I was going to take next. If I needed approval, I would ask for that approval, right? If it was a project or something, because this will come down in a different area of each one of our lives. Now, asking for that approval and being step by step of what I am going to do open with someone is two different things. I may say, I don't know what this means, Sagittarius, but I may say to my husband or wife, I'm going out tomorrow. This is the way and I'm going to go shopping. I have a few things I want to get. I'm not going to say I'm buying 10 new dresses, 5 pairs of shoes, and your charge card is going to look like the national debt. I know we're not going to be doing that, but that is the kind of attitude that comes around with this card. So I'm already saying what I'm doing, like in a minor way. If it's a job project, I have a really good idea about such and such project we should take on, or a way to take on a little more work if I'm at work. And I go to the boss and I say, do you mind if I develop it? It's working along these lines, but I'm not going to give my boss, I'm not going to be open and straightforward and say step by step by step, because it's almost like with this thief card, it could be taken from me because I've given all the how-tos. Does that help or make any sense? I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but this could be actual thievery. If there was somebody around me or in my life could have taken something, from me. If that's the case, pull back your power, Sag, and stand up for yourself. You might have to go around to find out exactly how they did it, but then when you do come full force, you'll have all of your facts in order if it should have to do with something like that. And with these other cards here, I think a lot of us, might have to do with our future plans and aims. And actually, this 9th house, when I was looking it up for us, it has to do with Sagittarius. So everything's happening in our own house. So it should be pretty, pertinent for us. So if a lot of us maybe we are studying, different things, and that might be our forward motion. Maybe we're going about doing it on the side with the 7 of Swords, because our next card here is the Ace of Rods, and that's fresh new start, fresh new beginning. Look at all the little leaves coming out on this wand here. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. And it's like God handing us something out of the clouds. Usually it means a new creative endeavor or a new business enterprise, a birth of something new. Now that could be, if this is coming down in relationship, like I'm not telling my husband how many dresses I'm buying. Doesn't have to mean that, Sagittarius, but you know what I mean. You know, make sure you get all the relevant information you need before I start. Because if it's the beginning of a project, I'm going to have that flexibility in there. And what they're saying is, it's going to work. So have that courage. It's going to work. This can be if it's a new relationship, maybe what we're being quiet about is we don't want to, or in our marriage, we don't want to say we're pregnant yet. Surprise, surprise, because maybe we didn't do all the testing, but everything's looking like that. It's fresh, new start, new beginning. If it has to do with our work, though, what they're saying, maybe we're traveling for it. This is like big to do, Sagittarius. I know what they're saying is we've wasted a lot of effort because we have the Eight of Cups here. Perhaps we've wasted effort like on projects before. This card means, to me, Frankie, I don't know what it means to everybody else, but to me, it means that I've worked and worked and worked at something, and now I look at it, and either I've expended all the effort I'm going to, and now's time to give it up, or perhaps it's something that was valuable to me before, but now I got a new idea, because we have this Ace of Rods here. Got a new idea, a new concept that's going to make this even better. So I'm walking away, maybe not totally away though, Sagittarius. Might be keeping parts, walking away from it. So if it was a relationship and I'm walking away, or a job and I'm walking away, because of all the rest of the stuff that came down with Seven of Swords here, this card shows me I have the courage to do it. I have the courage to turn my back on it because it's no longer valuable to me. And if there is something that is valuable to me, remember, all these cups are upright. I could turn around and take a couple if they're still valuable to me. I'm saying it in that way because of the way these words are going, right? So be flexible. With this card, we can still turn around. Maybe there's something there that we need. This will come down in different areas for each and every one of us. And we do have that word harmony in there. And I think that's why the evasive actions with this card and not being totally wide open, right? Next card here is the Four of Pentacles. Now, I like Pentacles, even this Four. I know this guy's supposed to be a miser, and he's sitting on everything he has, and he's hanging on for dear life, to his low pentacles there, his low monies. Well, when we get the Four of Pentacles, a lot of times there's a change in the works, and if there is one thing we can be sure of, Sagittarius, it's that change will happen. Change will happen. Be flexible. Maybe we are holding on to this money because we feel like maybe we're going to have a shortage in the future, But word relax comes in. That's our word. Relaxation. They're saying relax. That's where it fits. Relax. If you have to spend a few bucks, if this is something that's going to benefit me, maybe I'm going to spend the bucks on taking a little side trip for myself, and thinking about what the next thing I'm going to do, because that ninth house is travel. Maybe I'm going to go to the beach for the weekend, and I'm going to splurge with what I got here, to do it. But it means we still got it, Sag. We still got a few bucks there somewhere. Maybe some of us are holding them onto it for a bigger trip, or because we're going to do this new creative endeavor. When we get that Ace of Wands, it's going to work out well. But like with any type of manifesting, with any kind of manifesting, don't want to tell everybody in the world what you're bringing. Sometimes people can tell you that they don't want you to have it just because they're trying to protect you. Or maybe they're telling you they don't want, oh, that'll never work, because then you would change. Or you would be a different person, maybe to them, or maybe they couldn't get as much from you as what they did before. But us Sages, we're doing it. So if you need information, Sag, make sure you're researching and get it. Take care of anything that is important to you. If something has to be researched, do it. Don't hold on to stupid, unreasonable things like from the past, right? Because it'll stop you from that forward momentum with this card too. And this is the same thing, this Eight of Cups here. If it doesn't serve you and you're walking away from it, sometimes that Eight of Cups could just be our kid going back to school. Some simple like that. It can be we're walking away from a marriage, partnership, friendship, job, and starting something new too. But those cups are full. They are behind us. Does not mean we can't turn around and take part of it, because we have two eights here. And to me, 8 is manifestation. That's the little infinity symbol over top the Magician. And we have two of them. And this one's the 8 of Pentacles. To me, money. Pentacles are money. Material, plain things. So with this 8, though, I could be utilizing the skills that I have in a different manner, or I could be adding to my skills something else that I want, right? Maybe that's part of our planning ahead, disregarding opinions that are not valuable, keeping our mouth shut, and gathering the extra skills to add to it to make us even more valuable. The more skill set we have, the more flexible we are. And when the more flexible we are, the more capable we are of producing like perfection, or the best that can be had, or producing that which we want. A lot of us Sages want something, and in order to do it, maybe we need to add a little bit more to our little tool belt there. But Pentacles, look, he's copying off of this one and he's making it into something new and something spectacular, like all the other 6 that are up on the wall behind him. So it's a special time. We have the 8s. They mean manifestation to me, like the Magician. Maybe you need that little extra skill. Maybe you need, think about this, that flexibility word, and maybe we just need to reevaluate the skills we already have, right? And how can we use those differently? Like apply them in a different manner to get this Ace of Wands, Sometimes that takes a lot of courage, our word there, but it will be a powerful conclusion, if we aren't spitting it out to every single person. So if I'm going to manifest something or bring something new into my world, be careful where I speak this month. That evasive action, diplomacy, using your discernment, diplomacy, detachment, that careful how you speak, grab out the duct tape and put it across your mouth, Not everyone needs to know everything, Sagittarius, because you're still got your private personal stuff, and we don't want anyone defeating the purpose that we're going out for, do we? This is interesting here. word is acceptance. That's cool. That's amazing. We get all these things here going together. You know, maybe if we have to hold on to a few bucks, maybe so we can go take that extra class we need, who knows? Let's see what this says. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. This way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. That's going to be amazing. I think that's what this Ace of Rods or Wands here means to us. We're going to do something, move forward with it. They said relax about the finance thing. You know, maybe take a little bit, you know, be flexible, juggle it around, whatever we have to do. This looks really, I think maybe some of us are going to have an impact in a big way, maybe on other people also. Let's see what this means, the additional meanings here. It says, you receive this card to help your relationship with yourself. That's interesting. And others. Wonder if we have to shut our mouth while we're doing it. The next time you're tempted to judge yourself or someone else harshly, pray for their health and happiness instead. The more positive root builds self-esteem, harmony, and heals relationships. Well, there's a reason for that diplomacy, right, Sag? It says, notice how much better you feel when you think positively about yourself and others. Don't try to control or change others. Let go of the tendencies to force things to happen, and you'll receive your desired or better outcome more peacefully. That's why I think we have to use this diplomacy. When one door closes, another one opens. And Sag, it looks very good. I think that's what it means with this. One door closes, it doesn't mean we have to stay. Another one opens. Well, Sag, that's going to be an interesting month, huh? Well, they gave us courage and power. So, and diplomacy, and discretion, and attachment. That's our reading for August, Sagittarius, and I want to tell you all thank you for your likes and your shares and your subscribes and comments. I read each and every single one of your comments, and I appreciate all of them. I really do. And even if I don't get a lot of time to write you back, but I really love the fact that you take that time to do that for me. For anybody who wants to know any more about me, all the information's down below the screen. And for anyone who wants to set a reading with me, all the information is at the website for you to be able to do that. And to everybody I've met through doing these YouTube readings for this last little while here, and to everybody I've met through 28 years of doing readings, I want you all to know it was an honor and a privilege to serve you. And hopefully I'll be back here next month, Sag. Bye.